the earth in a way if you grow it in monocultures, which there is no
Hmm.
other choice because we grow so much of it. Everyone wants to drink it, so
Yeah,
that's something to think about too. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I think coffee is obviously one of the most consumed, highly consumed products on the earth. And to create that, as you know, like other crops, they need to cut down um, large areas to grow it. And coffee should be shade grown, but it's not. It's something that now they're growing in a way that's not natural for the plant. So whenever these talk about bananas, how they're growing in monoculture, they've changed them to be seedless and sweeter, and like coffee now, it's creating it's so many problems. Like for example, coffee is supposed to be dried in a certain way. And if
Mm-hmm.
you don't dry it in that way, it creates a mold, which is called an exotoxin. I think I'm
Oh
saying it
wow! I
right.
I never thought
But
about this actually. Uh huh.
yeah, this when you said the jitters, like I have the same thing. That's why I don't drink coffee. I would always drink a matcha tea that has caffeine. But a lot of times when people have those symptoms of being kind of that feeling of lightheadedness or just feeling kind of jittery or the shakes that people get, it comes not from the coffee itself, but from the mold that comes off of coffee when it's harvested in the improper
Mm-hmm.
way. So that's kind of a sign that your producer is so overwhelmed by the demand that they are now cutting corners to create a product that is suboptimal for your health. So when people say get the jitters, it may be the quality of the coffee you're drinking or the way that it was handled after its harvest. So
That this is a
something
very good
to think
point.
about.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe we can just like transition to the another point we wanted to touch upon, which is decaffeinated coffee. I hope that's how you say it in English. Um,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah, and organic coffee, because
Yeah.
obviously that's a better option for people to do. But then, if you want to keep up the drinking the amounts we are drinking at the moment, there is no possibility we can grow this organically and in a healthy way because it is so much. All right. So, and I've also read research, which I really agree with. And we will be posting the links to the research below the video description if you guys want to check a little more about this. And they found out that the side effects were also happen when you were drinking decaffeinated coffee. So obviously
Mm-hmm.
there are other chemicals, and maybe what you just mentioned, the mold, that is causing your your body to react not in a natural way, basically, and I think it's just not a good life, when you wake up in the morning and the only thing you're thinking of is to get a coffee, and you cannot go through your day normally, with a smile, with the energy to do what
Yeah.
you need to do without a coffee. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, this what about people 100 years ago? Now everyone is about this paleo lifestyle, so people went hunting, they didn't have coffee to fuel themselves
Yeah.
on.
That's so true. I agree with you. It's to go back to decaffeinated coffee and organic coffee. So decaffeinated coffee, people don't realize there's still about it's 95% of the caffeine can be removed, and it's removed using ethyl acetate or methylene chloride, which is a chemical actually that is can be used even in organic coffees. So even when you buy an organic coffee, you want to make sure that it is called Swiss water process. That's the type of decaffeination process that you want your coffee to be from if you're trying to wean yourself from caffeine. So with that, it's just reverse osmosis and water. It's expensive to do. That's why it's harder to find these coffees. None of the big producers are going to carry this. I think Blue Bottle Coffee in San Francisco does, but that's a premium producer of coffee. But yeah, a lot of the symptoms that you're talking about can also come from decaf coffee because the beans can be sprayed. Either way, if they're organic, they need to be treated in the right way. And you'll see studies that say that coffee, they'll burn when they roast it. The studies say that it'll roast off all of these pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. But when you think of something, do you really want your chemicals burned into your food and then digested? If that was a potato or, let's say, a cauliflower, you probably wouldn't like it. So similar with coffee, it's just something that people don't really think about is the way it came from the farmer to the way it's decaffeinated. Yeah, it's all very unnatural, as you're saying.
True, and I don't know if you've experienced that every time I touch a